And just taking a few moments, just at the start of class, just to draw your attention inwards a little. Start to breathe into the front, the sides and the back of your body. Just breathing in and out through your nose. And then as your breathing starts to relax, just noticing your body and just how it feels. And again, making adjustments to your position. If you can, try and relax your shoulders and your hips. Try and relax through the knees. Allow the jaw and the eyes just to soften. As the body begins to relax, just take a moment just to notice how you feel. Just allowing your thoughts just to come and go. So this week's class, we're on limb 5 of our 8 limbs of yoga. And limb 5 is Pratyahara, which is withdrawal from the senses. So it's when we start to go inside, really. To come away from our external body and our external practice and to move into the body a little bit more. So one of the things that we can do with Pratyahara is to close our eyes when we're practicing. You know, obviously not all the time, but I'll invite you a couple of times today while we're in a posture just to close your eyes and just to notice how it changes the experience a little. So we'll start to move when you're ready. So you could bring your arms back over if you've got them overhead. And just draw your knees back towards one another. Maybe draw the knees towards your chest if you like for a moment. And just move side to side. Okay, from here, if you place your feet flat on the ground again and just your arms along your sides. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out here, we're going to press through your feet and start to lift the hips up off the ground. So just moving up just to a nice natural bridge position. So wherever you go to normally, try not to overdo it. And then as you inhale, we're going to start to lift one leg. So you can either lift your foot off the ground or you can extend the leg up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, release that leg back down. So again, inhale, lift up through the other leg. And on the exhale, releasing back down. So keep that going. If you feel it's too much, you can just lift your foot just a little bit off the ground. And on the exhale, release it. Just whatever feels right. Try and move slowly. Try and keep the hips as still as you can. We'll just do one more of these. So just even it off. Make sure you do both sides. And when you're finished, you can place both feet back on the ground and lower yourself all the way down through your spine. Okay, from here, I'm going to lift the feet off the ground. So you're coming to a knee bend position. Now you can stay there with the legs. If you want a little bit more, you can extend the legs up towards the ceiling. You can even bend them a little bit if you want. So hands behind the back of your head. We're going to work a little bit through the core now. So as you inhale, we're just going to lift the upper body. As you exhale, we're going to lift the hips a little bit off the ground. Inhale, hold. And on the exhale, release back down. So we'll do that again. So inhale, lift the upper body up. Exhale, lift your hips. So lift the tailbone. Inhale, hold. And exhale, release all the way down. So we'll do that again. So again, lifting through your upper body as you inhale. Exhale, lift the hips up, lift the tailbone. Inhale, hold. And release everything back down. We'll do that one more time. So just in your own time. So lifting up through the upper body. Lift the tailbone when you're ready. Hold everything up and slowly release everything back down. So you can bend your knees again. Draw your knees towards your chest, so hands on the shins. Maybe lift the tailbone a little bit and lift your head up, so nose up towards your knees. And just give yourself a little squeeze there and slowly release everything back down. Okay, from here, we'll take the hands behind the back of your thighs. So we're just going to make our way up to sitting, so you can roll a few times if you like. Just take your time and just make your way up when you're ready. So we'll come to all fours today, so just make your way in. Spread your hands under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. So we're going to mobilize your wrists a little bit. So we'll start just with doing some circles with the body. So draw the belly in and move up and over your wrists first of all, and then circle around and press your bottom back towards your heels. Nice big circles. Just breathing in and out through your nose as you do that. When you're ready, we'll change directions, just moving in the opposite way. Okay, when you're ready, make your way back towards the centre, so just coming in. So still working with your wrists and your hands. If you take your right hand, you're just going to turn it so your palm is down, but your right thumb is facing away from you. So if you just turn the thumb towards the right. And again, when you get there, you can kind of stay with that, or you can move a little bit. So if you move back a little bit, it stretches the wrists a little bit more. If you move forwards a little bit, it kind of releases that. So just wherever that feels right for you. Keep the belly pulled in. And then slowly release that. So just bring it round towards the front again. So we'll do the other hand. So when you're ready, just slowly turn away from you so that the thumb is pointing to the left a little bit more. Palm down. Again, you can move a little bit through that if you want. Okay, slowly release that. So just bring it back in. Now this time, if you just flip your hand over, so the palm is now facing up. So again, you can really experiment with the weight of your body and where you're getting the sensation in your wrist by just moving it a little bit. So either forwards or back. And keep breathing through that as well. And then we'll just change that, so flip that hand over and do the other one. So again, just pressing gently down, moving forwards or back to increase or decrease the sensation that you feel. Well done. And then just flip that over a little bit. So we'll do your ankles now. So we're going to sit back onto your heels. If that's not comfortable for your knees, then just leave this bit out. Take your hands behind you, and if you can, we're going to lift up a little bit. So you're going to kind of press up. If that doesn't feel right, you don't have to. You can also do it with a block or a cushion, so you can lift your knees up and just support them, so it kind of stretches the ankles gently, but without you having to kind of extremely take it back. Otherwise, if you can, the hands behind you, and maybe just push back onto the hands. So again, quite an intense stretch through your ankles. And again, you can release it down at any time. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale and then slowly release down. So when you come forwards again, you might want to tap your feet out a little bit. Okay, from here, we're just going to do a little puppy dog stretch, just to stretch out the shoulders a little. So trying to keep your hips over your knees, walk your hands forwards, and then start to sink your chest down. So just nice and gently Just pressing down through your chest, just sinking down towards the ground. Again, you could use a block under your head here if that felt better. And it might help here to close the eyes. Again, closing the eyes can help us to move into the sensation a little bit more sometimes. Okay, take one more deep inhale here. And then just when you're ready, start to walk your way back up. So just walk your hands underneath the shoulders again. Okay, from here we'll come into some cat-cow. So on an inhale, drop your belly and then start to pull the chest forwards a little bit. As you exhale, just rounding through the upper back and the shoulders. So do that again, starting to really investigate the movement here. So trying to keep the arms straight, pulling the chest forward as much as you can. Feel a real stretch through the front of your body as you come into that cow pose. So the chest draws forward, the shoulders down your spine. We'll just do one more of each of these. So take your time. And then just make your way back towards the center. We're going to come into our first downward facing dog now. So you can walk your hands forward a little bit, tuck your toes and lift the hips up. Maybe start to pedal your feet out a little bit. And maybe close your eyes. So the withdrawal from the senses, that Pratyahara, can help us to move in a little bit more to the experience of the posture. And it sometimes just changes how it feels. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale, lift your heels up, and then we're going to take just as many steps as you need just to come towards the top. So take your time, unplug your hands maybe a little bit and relax the upper body. Keep the belly drawn in so you're not kind of collapsing down. And then if you want to, you can maybe bend through your right leg, straighten the left a little. And then change sides. Again, if that doesn't feel right, you don't have to. Okay, both legs just slightly soft. And on an inhale here, just lengthening forward, so stretching through your spine. Exhale, fold back in towards your legs. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, palms meet the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, we'll sit back with your right leg. So we're just coming into this runner's lunge position. And when you're here, you can either have your fingers, so you're on your fingertips, or grab some blocks if you like as well. We're going to do some cat-cow movements here. So as you inhale, we're going to pull the chest forwards and arch your back a little bit. And then on the exhale, we're going to round in, so really squeezing round through your back. So do that again. So inhale, pull the chest forwards, shoulders down your back. And as you exhale, rounding in. Okay, we'll do that once more. So again, moving forwards, arch the back, lift the chest. And then as you round in, pull your belly in. Okay, come back to a more neutral position. We'll lower down through the back knee. And then on an inhale, we'll reach up with the arms. So you might want to slide the leg back a little bit. Try and drop the hips a little bit and press the hips forwards a little. Relax your shoulders. And then if it feels okay, we're going to bring the palms of your hands together and then reach back a little bit. Again, if it doesn't feel right, then don't worry about it. Just keep your hands where they are. Just a little back bend. Okay, one more deep inhale. Release both hands back down towards your mat. So we'll tuck the toes under on the back leg. We'll lift the back knee. Step to plank. You could lower your knees if you'd like. We are going to lower all the way to the ground. So bend the elbows. And then from here, flatten out your feet. We're going to come up to cobra, but we're going to try and lift the hands up as well. If that's too much, you're going to leave your hands down. So as you inhale, peel the chest, lift the head and the hands up off the ground. And then on the exhale, release back down. So do that again. So inhale, lift the chest, maybe lift the arms up. And exhale to lower. Do that one more time. So inhale, lift up. And exhale, release down. When you're ready, on an inhale, we'll push back up onto your knees. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips, downward facing dog. And again, taking a moment just to situate yourself in the posture. So push up and out of your hands. Try and spread the shoulders a little. Okay, one more inhale. We'll lift the heels and again, step or walk towards the top of your mat. So just take your time coming up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold back in. As you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, palms meet the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forwards. Lengthen on your inhale. And as you exhale, we'll step back with your left leg. Again, you can use blocks here, come up onto your fingertips, whatever feels right. And we'll do some of these cat-cows. So as you inhale, pull the chest forwards. And then on the exhale, draw the belly in and round through your back. Okay, do that again. So inhale, pull forwards, drop the hips. And exhale. Okay, one more time. So inhale, pull forwards through your chest. And exhale, rounding in. Okay, we'll slowly lower that back knee again, so you can slide it away from you if you'd like. And then as you inhale, reach back up with the arms. So relaxing in the shoulders, dropping down through your hips. And then only if it felt okay on the other side, bring the palms together and maybe start to reach back a little bit. When you're ready, slowly release both hands back down towards the ground. Tuck your toes under on the back leg. Step to plank. Again, lower the knees if you'd like. And make your way down towards the earth. So again, flatten out your feet. Spread your hands. As you inhale, lift the chest. Maybe lift your hands up off the ground. And on the exhale, release back down. Do that again, so inhale, coming up. And exhale. Do that one more time. So inhale, lift up. And exhale, release. Now this time, take your hands behind your back. We're going to clasp your fingertips behind your back, so just interlink them. Draw your shoulders back. And then on an inhale, we'll lift the upper body, maybe lift the hands away from your back. And if you want a little bit more, lift your legs up off the ground as well. If that feels too much, then leave it out. Okay, slowly release everything all the way back down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. On an inhale, push yourself back up onto your knees. So walk the knees in, tuck the toes and lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Well done. When you're ready, on an inhale, lift your heels, look to your hands and walk or step towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, just folding back in. Inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, palms meet the heart. Inhale, reach with the arms. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, step to plank and just lower down. So either to the ground or chaturanga, whatever you feel like. And on an inhale, upward facing dog. And we're going to hold this for a moment. So, either thighs up or down, bend your elbows, lift through the chest, drop the shoulders down your back. And then using your core, as you inhale, press back, downward facing dog. Okay, take one more deep inhale. We're going to move forwards to plank from here. You're going to lower your right knee to the ground and lift the left leg behind you. So with a curled position. And we're going to do this move again. It's kind of arching and rounding your back. It's called tiger. You can do it with the foot leg only. So again, inhale, lift. Exhale to pull in and round your back. You could add the arm as well. So it's an inhale, lift. And exhale, rounding in. So push away and draw it in. Okay, do one more. And then hold this up here. So bend your back leg. And if you can, you're going to reach back with that left hand. Right hand, grab hold of your left foot and then press into it. If it doesn't feel right and you can't reach it, it doesn't matter. Again, just a little arch, a little back bend. Okay, slowly release that. So take your hand down, take your knee down to the ground, tuck your toes under and lift the hips, downward facing dog. Okay, so we'll do that on the other side. So just moving forwards into that plank position. This time lower your left knee to the ground, lift the right leg behind you. So flex your foot, arch your back a little bit. And then as you exhale, draw the knee in and round your back. So inhale, lift up so the arm can go as well as you want. Exhale, draw it all in. So lift and lower. Do one more. And then keep the leg lifted behind you. And then if you can, reach back with that left hand, grab hold of the foot. Press the foot into the hand. Well done. Okay, slowly release the hand and the knee down to the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Okay, when you're ready, lift your heels, look to your hands, make your way up towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding back in. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, palms meet the heart. Maybe just close your eyes down just for a moment, just noticing how you feel. Okay, when you're ready, release the hands, open the eyes, coming back into Tadasana, so maybe spreading your toes relaxing the shoulders. And on an inhale, reach back up with the arms. So maybe look at your thumbs. Exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, step to plank and lower down. So again, you could skip this if you wish. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Okay, so from here, we're going to step your right foot up towards the top of your mat. We're going to come up to a high lunge position, so you can just make your way up there. You could stay down if you prefer, but if you can, coming up into that high lunge. So relax the shoulders, drop the hip a little bit, maybe bend your back leg. Okay, take one more deep inhale. We're going to bring the hands towards your chest here, and we're coming up to a balance, so we're going to lift through your left knee. If you want to, you could just step up to the top with your left leg first, but we're coming into a half squat position. So lift through your left knee, just lift up to that knee bend, flex your left foot, place it on your right leg, and then start to sink through your right leg. Again, if that is too high for you, just release that leg down towards a block of the floor. So you don't have to have it on the thigh. You could have it a little bit lower if you want to, and that would still work. As long as you're bending that leg, then that's fine. Good. And just sitting into it, just sink the hips a little bit more. If you did want to, you could always fold forward, so lifting the hips up. You can take the hands either down to the floor or to your leg, but you know, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. And if you've got blocks, you could as well. Otherwise, stay here. Okay, if you are leaning forward, you might want to start to make your way back up. So just bringing the hands back up again, bringing the chest up. And then we're going to lift through that right knee, the left knee again. So lift the left knee up. And this time step back to high lunge. So just take your time. Again, you can always put your foot down and step back in your own way. Now from here, we're going to come into a twist. So you can either take your left hand to the ground and reach up with your right hand, or you could bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and rotate around there. So whatever feels right. And once you're there, you could take your left hand to the ground as well, to the outside of your front knee. You don't have to, but you could. Good, and adjust a little rotation. So keep pulling in through the inner thighs, so don't let the legs kind of drop out. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. Start to make your way back to the centre, either with your hands on the ground or with your hands towards your chest. And then we'll lift up again into that high crescent lunge. Okay, from here, we're going to flatten out in your back foot. So I'm coming into warrior one. So you might want to step it in. You could keep the arms lifted if you want to. And rotate the hips round, so the hips and the shoulders round towards the front. So staying here, or maybe like we did before, you could bring the palms together and then reach the arms back a little bit. Only if it feels right to you. If it doesn't, then just stay where you are with your warrior one arms. Okay, take one more deep inhale. And then release the hands. Clasp them behind your back this time. Now, still keeping that chest open and lifted. We're going to move forward to humble warrior. So again, you choose where you're coming to. So it might just be a little bit forwards. You might release the chest down, maybe that outside shoulder. Arms lift up and over, and the head drops down. Okay, relax through the head, but keep engaging through the legs and the feet. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. We'll start to move back up, so draw your belly in. Lift yourself back up. Release your hands and reach them up just for a breath here. And then when you're ready, we'll open up to warrior two. So just take your time coming into that warrior two position, making any adjustments that you need to your feet and your legs. So keep pulling back a little bit on that front knee, relax the shoulders. Either stay here, we're going to come in for Garudasana arms. So your right arm is going to go under the left. Either grab your shoulders or come in for that bind. And again, once you've got it, maybe start to lift the elbows up and pull your wrists back a little bit. But keep your torso facing towards the center, so not turning up towards the top edge of your mat at all. And keep opening up through both sides of your body. Maybe close your eyes. If you can, you could close your eyes here and just see how it feels. So the idea with closing our eyes is that we then can envisage a perfect posture, and what the mind sees, the body then starts to experience. Whatever perfect means. Okay, slowly you can open your eyes, release your arms. Good, and then we're going to move back into that high lunge. So you're going to rotate round, lift onto the toes of your back leg. Take one more deep inhale. And then release your hands towards the ground. And step your back foot in. Now separate your feet about hip distance apart here. So I'm going to come in for a forward fold. As you inhale, just lengthen. So come up halfway. And then as you exhale, fold back in. So again, you could use a block here, so just having the block in front of you. You could use the block just to gently encourage the weight forwards. If you can easily get your hands down, you could take your two-piece fingers, hook them to the inside of your big toe, and then bring your thumb around just to complete that bind. Again, you don't have to do that if it doesn't feel right. And bend the knees a lot here, so you don't want to really have straight legs. You want to always keep that slight bend in your legs. Okay, from here, we'll release any bind that you have. As you inhale, lengthening forwards again. And then on the exhale, just folding back in. Inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, draw the palms together in front of your heart. And again, maybe just closing the eyes, just absorbing the sensations of your body that you've created. Okay, when you're ready, we'll release the hands and open the eyes. So we'll come back in, we'll try the other side. So again, have blocks handy if you need them. So coming into Tadasana once more. So you could always skip the vinyasa if you've had enough and just go to, you could step back to that high lunge with your right leg. Otherwise, lengthen the muscles of your legs and relax your shoulders. You can even maybe close your eyes for the first two there. So inhale, reach up with your arms. Exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, step to plank and lower down to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Okay, so this time we're going to step through with your left leg, so up to that high lunge position. So again, you could keep the hands on the ground. There's nothing to say that you have to come up here. But if you can manage on an inhale, pull your belly in and reach the arms up. So again, relax the shoulders, soften what you can. Could bend your back knee a little bit maybe. Okay, so we'll bring the hands towards your chest. So we're going to come up for that balance. So we're going to step up with your right knee to high knee, but again, You could just step to the front if you want. So lifting up through that high knee position. Flexing through your right foot, place it onto your left thigh. So again, you don't have to place it on your thigh, you can have it wherever you want, but start to bend a little bit in that left thigh. Good. Again, you can have your foot on the ground, on a block, wherever it feels. Good. And you can just simply stay here. If you do want to start to lift the hips up, you could bring your hands down towards the leg. You could grab blocks, or you could release your hands towards the ground. Again, just work where it feels right. And it's not a matter of deepening the squat, the single leg squat. It's more of lifting the hips high and then going down. Good. But again, don't force it. Stay where you are. Just stay exactly where you are in that high squat. So if you are down lower, you might want to make your way back up. Bring the hands back towards your heart. And then we're going to step all the way back with your right leg to that high lunge. So if you lift your knee up again and then snake your way back just into that high lunge position. So we're coming in for a twist here. So you can either take your right hand to the ground, reach up with your left hand. So that would be one option. Keep your hands at your chest and take your right elbow to the outside of that left knee. You could even still take your right hand down there and reach up with your left hand, but to the outside if you want to. Again, just work where it feels right to you. Good, very nice. So start to come back towards the center. So either hands to your heart or hands on the ground, wherever you're going. And then from here, we'll come back up into that high lunge. So relax the shoulders, pull the belly in. So again, we're going to come into warrior one. So we're going to flatten out in the back foot. So you might want to step it in a little bit. Rotate the shoulders and the hips round. And you might want to bring the hands together. But only if it feels right. Maybe lean back a little bit, exactly like we did a bit earlier. Just if it feels okay. Okay, take one more deep inhale. And slowly come back up. Release the hands down, but this time clasp them behind your back. So opening up through your chest again. So we're coming in for this humble warrior. So we're going to lean forwards a little bit. So maybe you stay there. Maybe take your chest down. Maybe the outer part of your shoulder. Start to gently lift the arms up and over if you can. Again, just to where it feels right. Relax the head, relax the neck. Okay, take one more deep inhale. So we'll start to move back up again. So pulling your belly in, start to lift up. Release the hands and reach them back up. And from here, we'll move to warrior two. So just opening up through the side body now. So again, sort out your feet and your legs, relax your shoulders. And then again, if you want to, you can come in for these Garudasana arms. So left arm under right. Again, when you come in, you could grab your shoulders. You could take hold of your forearm. Rotate your body to the center. So we're not kind of twisting to the front, but towards the center. Still sinking in the legs. Maybe lift your elbows up. Move your wrists back a little bit. And maybe close your eyes. So closing our eyes also has the advantage of making sure we don't compare ourselves to others. So oftentimes we're a bit hard on ourselves. We think we should be able to do something a little bit more deeper or wider or whatever. And closing our eyes just takes that away. Just always remembering that our bodies are unique and will move in their own way, and we need to honor that. Okay, slowly start to release your arms. And then from here, we'll turn back into that high lunge. So rotating round on that back foot, reaching back up with the arms. Okay, from here, release your hands back down towards the mat. And step your back foot in. So when you come in again, have your feet about hip distance apart and allow the upper body to fold. Bend your knees a lot. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold back in. So when you come back in, again, you could grab your block. If your hands are easily on the ground, maybe this time you pick your feet up and place the hands underneath the soles of your feet. If you're doing that, you could wiggle your toes about if you can get them up to your wrists. Just releasing any tension you might feel there. But again, don't force it. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Okay, when you're ready, we'll slowly release that. So if you've got that, lift your feet up off your hands. Inhale, lengthen forwards. On the exhale, just fold back in. So taking your hands down, we'll step to plank here. And we are going to release all the way to the mat. So you could lower your knees first or just bend your elbows. Lower yourself all the way down. And bring your hands underneath your head. So just drop your head down towards your arms and just relax for a moment. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to leave your left arm where it is, so just bend it, maybe to 45 degrees. Bend your right leg in, and then if you can, take hold of your right foot with your right hand. If you want to, you can push off that left hand, so you're lifting your chest up, and then reach back for your leg and bring it in. But just what feels right. If you want to stay with your head down and just stretch your quad, then you can. Okay, slowly release everything all the way back down. So release your legs, release your arms. Okay, we'll move back in for the other side. So right arm stays folded in, left leg bends, and then reach back with your left hand. Start to push off your right arm if you want. Draw that left foot in a little. Okay, slowly release everything all the way back down. So this time we're going to come in for bow. So you can either just bend both legs and leave the arms where they are. Reach the hands back and lift the thighs and reach the arms, or grab hold of your feet or your ankles. Before you move here, try and squeeze in your thighs together, so we're really engaging through them. And then as you inhale, lift, push your feet into your hands, lift the chest, lift the legs. Okay, when you're ready, slowly release everything back down and just rest there. When you're ready, we'll make our way up a little bit. So you're going to bring your hands under your shoulders Press yourself up onto an all fours position. We'll come in and do a little bit of pigeon here. So you can come into it in your own way if you'd like. You could move to down dog or come here, but you're just going to pull your right knee forward towards your right wrist. Again, try and align the right leg, the right foot with your right knee, and extend the left leg behind you. If this is not a suitable position, then come into a different pigeon position. So once you've evened out your hips, you can start to sink yourself down. Just relax down. Again, if it's not suitable, you can always bend your back leg and just come into a forward fold here with the back leg bent. Or sit onto your bottom and come into a seated version of it. So again, just always noticing how it feels for you. Maybe closing the eyes. You'll take one more big inhale here, just try and relax. And then slowly start to make your way back up. So just using your hands. Release the leg back. So maybe come to all fours. You could wiggle your hips about a little bit. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. So draw that left knee forwards. Try and then align it to the front edge of your mat. And then swing that right leg behind you. Again, take a moment in that higher position to align your hips. Use a block if you'd like underneath your left hip. And then start to release yourself down. And again, if it doesn't feel right, especially through the knee, if it doesn't feel right through the knee, then, adopt another position, one that will suit your body better. Definitely closing the eyes just to try and allow the sensations to just take over, really. When you're ready, start to make your way back up. So slowly start to come back up again. Then make your way back to all fours. Maybe give your legs a little shake off. And then if you cross your legs over, we'll just come into a sitting position. We're going to make our way down onto your back now. So we'll come in for a little bit of bridge movement again. So if you do want to use a block here, then you can. But laying on your back when you're ready, either lift your hips and place the block underneath, or spread your hands, spread your feet, and then start to press and lift your hips up. Just to any position here. Maybe start to walk your shoulder blades underneath your back and clasp your hands together and press down through the back of your arms to lift up a little bit more. But just if that feels right. Slowly from there, start to release any grip that you have with your hands and lower your hips back down towards the ground. And then we're coming for a little twist. So if you keep your left foot on the ground, lift your right leg up. So you can either cross over just at the top of your thigh, or you can come in for Garudasana legs. So take your foot around the back of your left calf. Again, if that doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Press through your hips and push your hips to the right and drop them over towards the left. Maybe spread your arms along your right hand. Again, if that binding of the legs feels too much, then just drop the knees over towards one side. You slowly back towards the center. Again, unravel your legs and even out your hips. So this time we'll lift the left leg over the right. Again, you can cross it over just the once, or you can take your foot behind the back of your calf as well. So pressing down through that right foot, hips to the left, knees to the right. Stretch your arms, maybe turn your head towards the left. When you're ready, slowly make your way back to the center. Unravel your legs. Release your hips. Maybe draw your knees towards your chest. So we'll come into Shavasana now. So if you'd like to just grab some socks and jumper and just put them on to keep yourself warm. So the meditation that we're doing today is called a little yoke, and the yoke part of it is just where we're really interpreting yoga as uniting the body and the mind. So just lying comfortably so you can feel the spine lengthening. Feel the gentle curve in the low back, matched with the one at the base of your spine. Relax your shoulders and the feeling that you have anything to do right now. Feel the clothes on your skin and your body lying on the mat. Visualize a light of any colour. It could be gold or blue, light or dark. In Sanskrit, the word for the sun is Jyoti. So feel the light like the sun or Jyoti from within. Start to picture the light move through your body, into your chest and your heart, down into your arms and fingers. The light now descends into your lower limbs, to your feet and toes, filling you with warmth. See how the light moves into your mind and fills your head with sunlight. Let the light radiate outside your body into the room. Start to welcome aromas inside the nostrils and taste inside your mouth. Sense the changing colour behind your eyes. Now slowly start to let go of the senses, one by one. Taste and touch, smell, sight and sound start to fade out as you draw into yourself. Notice your senses start to give way to more subtle sensations within, as if you were shining the spotlight of concentration into the dark waters of your body, or the cave of your heart. And then we'll just start to let these sensations and senses move back in. Start to take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out your mouth. Do that again, so just deeply inhaling through your nose and just let it go. And then you can start to move a little bit, so just your fingers and your toes, maybe taking your arms and stretching them overhead. When you're ready, we'll bring the arms back over and start to bend your knees. So you can keep your feet flat on the floor here or knees to chest, but just move just gently side to side a little. If you'd like to, you can then roll over onto your side. And then just when you're ready, we'll start to make our way up to sitting. So there's no rush, just taking your time, maybe keeping your eyes closed as you come up. And then when you're ready, we'll just bring the palms together, just in front of your heart. So leaving a little gap just to signify an openness. So thank you so much for coming along and practicing with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed our Pratyahara practice. Namaste. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. You can unmute yourself now if you'd like any questions or